So we're going to go to the next page on the falling leaves. It's in the middle of the page. Does it have thorns or no thorns? Let's just say this, from what you can see, there are no thorns on there. Okay, no thorns, no thorns. Go below. If the margin is toothed or double-toothed, or it is deeply or shallowly lobed. What do we have here? We have lobes. So if it's lobed, I think we're going to page 51, aren't we? Holy mackerel, there's only so many pages in this thing. And we've just eliminated all the serration. Page 51, and we're going to go to the middle of page 51. The margin has waves. I'm sorry, what did I know?
How did you know to go to the middle, if you don't mind sharing?
Because of the icon.
And we followed that from...
Does anybody know where we just came from?
Got it.
Okay.
I see what you're saying.
Yes, that's the icon takes us there. Okay. Does the margin have waves or hardly indented, or is the leaf lobed? Lobed. So we go to page 53. Don't forget to take that icon. Oh, by golly, we're running out of pages. We'll be into the index pretty soon. At the very bottom, if the leaf has as many 4 lobes, or more than 4 lobes. More than 4, we go to page 55. Page 55, and that icon is that one. If the lobes are bristle, pointed, or rounded. Rounded, thank you very much. We go to page 58. Folks, there are not many more pages left. Page 50, in fact, we're on the last page, aren't we? It's the very top one. If the leaf is small, now, I'll make an editorial note here and a way to sell these things. Not only do you get this dichotomous key, this wonderful dichotomous key, you get on the back a free ruler. Okay, it's in inches. Some of the newer ones have it in centimeters and inches. Okay, I knew you would like that part. Okay, if the leaf is small, if the leaf is not small, this leaf is probably 8 inches or more. 8 inches or more. So I think we're going to go to the very middle. If the lobes are square, if they are not square. So what they're saying is that these lobes are literally squared off. Squared off. These are not, these are still rounded. So if they're rounded, we go to the bottom. Folks, we are on the last 2 trees of this book. We better find an answer. And the answer is if the lobes are somewhat similar in size and shape, or if the middle of the leaf is cut nearly to the midrib on most of the leaves, and the upper half of the leaf is not deeply lobed. I know which, the one that they're very similar in size here, size and shape. It is a white oak, which by Latin is Quercus alba. Okay? Question.
Is the bur oak the leftmost leaf there? Is that what it is?
Yes, the picture. The picture.
They're like real small. Yeah, the drawing.
The picture, yes, the drawing.
Okay.
Right, yes, exactly. I was trying to see what we were doing there. Yes, that's the bur oak, right. Okay. That is all there is to tree identification. Now, you remember I said to you...
Is this all-encompassing? Like, is everything in here that we would come across?
Now see, this young lady, while we were doing the dichotomous key, was probably reading the front 5 pages, and she will be able to tell you that it's only good for east of the Mississippi.
She's not that freak.
What page? Page 1. Page 1. It's only good for east of the Mississippi.
Okay.
There is another book west of the Mississippi. There is a book that's good for winter identification. In fact, somebody had it and they gave it back to me because they saw that they were in a lot of trouble there. That's a good book too, with no leaves on it. But yes, it's good for east of the Mississippi, and it's pretty good. It is all-inclusive. I'm not saying it has everything in there, but it has a lot. Yes, exactly. The stuff that you're going to have here is here.
Including decorative things that shouldn't natively be here?
No.
No, okay.
No, these are native trees.
Okay.
Okay? So, we're gonna do one more. I think this one goes real quick. I'd like to have these back. The lady that was supposed to teach this class was nice enough to send these along, but I know that she wants them back because it is your tax money that photocopied it. And so she doesn't think that you really need these things anymore after tonight. If anybody needs any more, holler at me. Oh, you need one. We got them. We got it. We got you covered. We got you covered. Okay, what I'm going to do is you're on your own. Go to page 5. Start here. The first one that comes up with the answer will be the first one that we will go outside and start identifying a couple trees. Again, a lot of people could say, well, I know exactly what this tree is. It's not identifying the leaf, it's the process. That's what we're here for. I better start going through here. Bingo? She has we have a bingo. Hold your cards, everyone. Hold your cards. Okay. I'm going to page 14. On page 14, I go to 21. 21. I go to 28. 28, I go to 28 has, okay, go to the next page. Not tip. It does not have a tip, folks. It does not have a tip. Like the tip that you see on page 29. Does not have a tip. Does not have a bristle tip. A bristle tip is a very pointed appendage, not like the tip that you see on your leaf right there. Okay, now go to the next page. Go to the next page, and oh, there it is. Okay, let's check the bingo card back here and see what we have.
She called first. You check her.
Oh, she did.
And she ran away.
Yeah.
She got scared.
Ah, yes. Does everybody feel comfortable being on page 30? Does everybody feel comfortable looking at the left-hand side of page 30? At the top of page 30? And coming up with Cercis canadensis? That was another thing in tree identification. You have to spell those Latin names correctly. That was the other part that I was not really excited about. But, okay. You all feel comfortable? Now, let me tell you two things because I know when we come back in here I'll forget this. The reason I don't like to take a group of people out like I'm going to do right now is because there's too many of you. And what's going to happen is the first 2 or 3 are going to get real excited. They're going to get real involved. They're going to be able to touch the tree. I think I'm going to pick a tree out here that we can all touch. But it's very difficult to do large groups like this. What I've found out is when I've done large groups, you take them out there, the first 5 people are excited, and then all of a sudden you see the back of your crowd just drifting away. And so that's why I like to use this process, which you can actually do. You can actually make up a chart that it does nothing more than show the shape of the tree, shape of the leaves, the margins, alternate and opposite. And basically it's about 5 different things that you need to know. And you can actually make up a big chart like that if you want to do any teaching. It's better to teach that stuff in here and then go out. That leads me to the next one. Do not, I will repeat, do not go outside and say, okay, let's pick a tree. Because what they do is they will go, there's some radar built into kids especially, and they will go to the most unnative tree on the entire property. So if you wanted to do it, what I would suggest doing is bringing the leaves in so you have more control, especially with kids, but adults, just about the same situation. Bring the leaves in, it's the same to them, especially if it's a hot day, they appreciate that. But if you do go outside, have flags on trees, and you say, okay, let's go to this flag tree right here. And then never let the conversation die down. So when you finish that tree, say, oh yeah, we need to move on over to this one. Because if you let the conversation deaden right there, they'll say, oh, can we do this one over here, teacher? So you never want to let there be a pause between this tree and that tree. It's happened way too many times. It gets distracting for the whole entire audience, which we will see when we get outside. Okay? So,
Might that be a good project idea, Doug? If you're not making charts or...
yes, and what I would like to do is, and I will write a note. Gee, guy didn't even bring a pencil with him. Okay, I got a pencil. What I will do is I will ask the teacher that was supposed to teach it. Do you all know Laurie Taylor? Have you ever met her before? No?
She will be here for the
Next.
block. She was going to be here, like
Okay.
I said, but she had an emergency.
Okay, so I will have her bring that dichotomous key, you know, that one page where key, and then also what I will have her do is bring the chart. And what it is, it's a simple chart. It's simple, it's big, but it's simple, and it simply shows the few characteristics that you need to know to be able to identify. And then also, she has 10 trees. She has 10 trees that are common to Kentucky, meaning most anywhere and everywhere that you go, you'll find those 10 trees. And it's just a shortened version of a dichotomous key. The thing is you are not trying to make people tree identifiers at the end of your, 23 minutes that they allow you. I have gone to so many schools, and on the front end they call you, 6 months ahead of time. Oh yeah, 50 minutes. And then you get there, well, all the buses aren't here yet. And then all the principal needs to talk to them for an hour and a half. And then you end up with 10 minutes. And the thing is with the chart and with the 10 trees, you can do it in the 10 minutes if you have to. And they feel, the kids feel successful. And I throw in adults also into this kid factor. But the thing is you may want to be dealing with, are you allowed to go into the schools? Is that one of the things that is a potential possibility of doing a program? Okay. Don't forget to get your clearance. Thumbprints, everything. Oh, gee. It's not like the old days. Okay, so that's what I will do. I will have her bring these 3 things for you next week. And she'll show you the chart. And it's big, it's huge, but it's very simplistic as to what you have to do. Okay? So if you would bring your books, if there's no more question.
I have a really quick question. So,
sure.
What's your strategy if you're walking and you're by a very large oak and you don't have access to
Yeah, that's
binoculars?
the thing is, hopefully you can find other trees that can supplement that thing. But the best thing, if you're really put into a bind, and the thing is, the question, is that thing still running? The question he had was, if you come to a tree and the first leaf is at 50 feet, what do? I would suggest moving on. The next best thing to do is to look on the ground and see if you can find a leaf. The best thing to do is because people, if you throw too many questions into it, well, it could be this, it could be that, it just reduces their confidence not only in you, but in themselves too, their credibility. Because there's so many other trees. That's why I say if you get in a situation where you can't get to a lot of trees, go find them somewhere else. Make sure you bring a great big black garbage bag, because when you put those trees in there at 8 o'clock in the morning and your class isn't until 2, they're all limp. But wrap them in that plastic bag and put them in the coolest place that you can, and that's not the back seat of the car all afternoon, okay? So let's bring your books and let's go outside. There's a couple trees out there.